Hey, it's Paul from howtoplaybassdotcom. It's another in our series of bass lessons for beginners where we look at real-world bass lines that allow beginners to apply newfound left-hand, right-hand techniques to real-world bass lines. When a Man Loves a Woman is quite an easy one to pick up because it's mostly quarter note based in the rhythm, so the rhythmic pulse of the song is very straightforward. And the other thing that's great about it for beginners is because it's in D flat, we're playing with a lot of flats, so D flat, B flat, A flat, G flat, we get up to D flat there in the 6th fret of the G string. And a lot of beginners tunes are kind of easy 12 bars in E or A or B, so you tend to be a little more unfamiliar with flat keys. So this is a great tune that's easy to learn that will help you get familiar with the locations of flat keys on the fingerboard. So a really good one to do. If you are a beginner and that is of interest, you might want to check out my course linked underneath the video, a Bass for Beginners course, which is based on consolidating good, solid, functional left-hand, right-hand technique, fingerboard knowledge, complete fingerboard knowledge, so you learn all the notes all over the bass, and that all is applied through a series of progressively more difficult song tutorials. So you learn a bunch of songs as well. There's a whole load of bonuses in the course too. The notational tab for this, for example, will be a bonus in the course. There's about 10 or 15 songs additional to the 30 odd that are in the course itself. So that might be of interest to you. If so, click the link and go and check that out, and then when you've done that, come back here and we'll carry on with the tutorial for When a Man Loves a Woman by Percy Sledge, of course. Just heard the 4-bar intro played along with Band in a Box sketch track, mostly in quarter notes until the last bar when we've got some triplets. This 4-bar pattern really sets up most of what happens in the tune in terms of the notes and stuff. So first bar, we've got 2 D flats, 4th fret of the A string, and then 2 C's at the 3rd fret of the A string. Next bar, again in quarter notes, we've got 2 B flats, 1st fret of the A string, down to 2 A flats, 4th fret of the E string. Then the 3rd bar we're going to play G flat, A flat, B flat, E flat in quarter note. So you've got 2 and 4 of the E string for G flat and A flat, B flat's the 1st fret of the A string, E flat's the 1st fret of the D string. And then we've got this kind of figure. So we're playing D flat, a quarter note, and then a triplet of D flat, B flat, and open A, 4-1 open, and then we're playing A flat, the 4th fret of the E string, and then a triplet of A flat, B flat, and C, and that gives this 4-note pattern with the 2 quarter notes and 2 triplets. Then be back to D flat, 1st note of the verse. Verse is very similar to what we've just looked at, some slight changes that I've put in, incorporated from the original. So let's move on and look at the verse. Okay, you just heard the 8-bar verse. It's very similar to the intro. 2 D flats, 2 C's, 2 B flats, 2 A flats, G flat, A flat, B flat, E flat. And that 4th bar we're playing D flat, B flat, not a triplet this time. And then we're playing A flat, B flat, C as a triplet. So all the note locations you either can see or we're in the intro section, so you can always go back, refer to that, make some notes. The second 4 bars of the verse again starts on this D flat figure: D flat, D flat, C, C, B flat, B flat, A flat, A flat, and then there's a little passing note in there, a G natural, 3rd fret of the E string. Then we're down to G flat, and this time we're going to play 2 G flats, A flat, B flat. So that last bar, the 8th bar, is much simpler. We've got 2 D flats as quarter notes, an A flat as a quarter note, and then just B flat, A flat. I'm going to play that whole 8 bar section just on my own so you can hear it. Okay, and that will take you back to the D flat. Now, the one thing to note is when you go to the bridge, which is the only other section we need to look at, we need to get down to G flat rather than start again at D flat. So what you could do is play, for the 8th bar of the first section that goes to the bridge, just play 2 D flats, then an A flat, and then play a triplet of 2 A flats and a G natural. And that will set you up on G flat, the first note of the bridge. That's the next section. It's going to have a listen to it being played with the Band in a Box sketch track, and then we'll talk through the notes. Okay, go through the 8 bar bridge, note by note. You just heard it played along with the Band in a Box sketch track. Starts off with a bar, just a major arpeggio in G flat. So it's G flat, the 2nd fret of the E string, B flat, the 1st fret of the A string, D flat, the 4th fret of the A string again, back to B flat. So just that pattern. Then we're going to slide the 2nd finger up to D flat, the 4th fret of the A string, and we're going to play D flat, F, A flat, and then we're going to play a triplet of the octave of D flat, A flat, and G natural. So D flat is the 4th fret of the A string, F at the 3rd fret of the D string, A flat at the 6th fret of the D string, octave D, 6th fret of the G string, A flat and G, 6th and 5th frets of the D string. That takes us down to G flat. We're going to play just a G flat major arpeggio, which is G flat. It's exactly the same pattern we played in the first bar, but up an octave. So it's G flat, B flat, D flat, B flat, and note locations. You've got the 4th fret of the D string for G flat, 3rd and 6th of the G string for B flat and D flat, back to the B flat. Then the 4th bar of this section is D flat. We're going to play, which is just D flat, F, A flat, and then a triplet made up of F, A flat, and back to F. F and A flat, the 3rd and the 6th fret of the D string, D flat at the 4th fret of the A string, of course. Okay, then we're up to G flat again. I'm going to repeat that pattern there. D flat, B flat, sorry, G flat, B flat, D flat, back to B flat. And then we're going to go down to D flat and we're going to play this. So we're going to play D flat, C, B flat, B flat, D flat, D natural. So D flat and C, 4th and 3rd frets of the A string, B flat at the 6th fret of the E string this time, then B flat again, D flat and D natural, 4th and 5th frets of the A string. Then in the 7th bar we're going to play, which is E flat, B flat, D flat, D natural, E flat, G flat, G natural, and then we're going to close out with that figure on the A flat, the 6th fret of the D string. Let's just go back and do the note locations for the 7th fret. So E flat, 6th fret of the A string, B flat, 6th fret of the E string, D flat, D natural, 4th and 5th frets again of the A string, back to E flat, G flat, G natural, 4th and 5th fret of the D string, and that takes you up to the 6th fret in the A flats. And that's all the sections that you need. You can put those together, get you through the tune. As I said at the top of the video, there's another one in a series of lessons for beginners, and there's a complete course based around a sequential series of bass lines. If you click the link that's in the video below this, you go and have a look at some details on that. If you are a beginner, it might be of interest. If not, I'll catch you in the next tutorial.